Already 2 pitches underway in game 2 as Mickey Shelton has a check swing trying to throw it around. Did she go on the 0-2 pitch? No, and it's ball 1. Rams winning game 1 after a Lakin Sparks shutout 1-0. Able to hold on there in the top of the 7th with the runner at third. Here's Cameron Pearson getting the start in game 2 with the sun going down. Pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and the senior has her first strikeout on senior day. So Shelton going down the shortstop, and next coming up it'll be Woody, the left fielder.
Number 1, Allie Woody.
So Woody was the player that grounded out to end game 1, grounded out over to Carly King at third base, who also gets his start in game 2. Wind whipping in, and here we are for game 2. That pitch is lined into right center field, a base hit for Woody. Rounding first, now going for second, and able to relay it in Taylon Strange. So Woody will stay at first with a single. That'll bring up Kelsey Nolasco, the left fielder. Or the center fielder, excuse me. And Nolasco went 0 for 2 with a walk in the last game. Glad to have you with us. My name is Bailey Engel, Montreat and Bluefield College on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Nolasco crowding the plate right side. Pearson whips in. Fastball high. So runner at first. Rams now improving to a record of 9-17, 6-13 in conference. After that 1-0 win. 1-0. Right down the middle, O'Neal whips to first. No tag from Throckmorton. The Rams looking for just their second conference sweep of the year after sweeping St. Andrews just a few days ago. Good crowd here on senior day in game 2. Pearson, the Tennessee native, whips that pitch in. Strike right down the middle. Evens the count at 1-1. On the year for Pearson, a 5.66 ERA, 5-6 in the win-loss column. Wind blowing behind her, back pitch. Swung on, hit high in the air, out to right. Strange racing back to make the catch for out number 2. Now with 2 outs, here comes the designated player, Allison Vickers. So out in the field, it's King at third. Caitlin Pennington gets the start at shortstop. Now the pitch. Fastball right across the middle, strike 1. At second base, Lauren Bailey. Throckmorton at first, and Riley O'Neal will catch. Out left, Gabby Mellick, and getting the start in center field, the senior Erin Haley, and the flex player, Taylon Strange, playing out in right. 0-1. Swung on, ground ball, left side, and foul. Montreat winning a series against Bernal in a sweep, and now coming to Bluefield, and the Rams getting the win at Graham Rec Park. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. And Vickers, the DP, on the right side. Pearson pitches. Well outside, O'Neal beckons for a throw over to first and says she'll return it back to her JUCO teammate. One ball, 1 strike. Pearson windmills that pitch in for strike 2. And Vickers actually thought she was rung up. Now she's got to go back on the right side. And well, Pearson actually gets the strikeout, and Vickers was right. Second strikeout at the top of the first. Umpire's got to get on the right page, and so do we up here. So a runner left at first after the single, and the Rams will come up to bat in a scoreless tie. Rams searching for the first run of the day. It's Gabby Mellick who steps up on the left side in the bottom of the first. And pitching now will be Swilly, who got the first base start in the last game. Mellick fouls it off her body down the first baseline on the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike. Abby Swilly getting the start. She'll also bat. Elliott will be the flex player out in right field. Swilly with a 6.08 ERA and a 2-5 win-loss record. Righty to lefty. Pitch. Ground ball, second base side, gobbled up by Hill. Quick throw to first in time. So Mellick failed to get that ball out of the infield, and here comes Caitlin Pennington. She had a good game in game 1. Had a double, score the game's lone run in the 1-0 win. Also grounded out to the pitcher and also
Number 10,
flew out to center.
Kate Pennington.
Kate Pennington playing on senior day, but this is not the last time the Rams will play at Graham Rec Park as that pitch goes right across the middle, strike 1. Count 0-1, 1 out, no score, bottom of the first. So it'll be Pennington, Pearson, and then Riley O'Neill who get that far. Swilly, the motion. Skips that pitch in low, ball and a strike. Quick little motion for Abby Swilly. Whips the pitch in fast. Less deliberate through her motion than we saw from Kaylin Warner, the pitcher in game 1 for Montreat. Ball and a strike, 1 out. Pennington awaits. Pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Pennington was just inches away from connecting with that one. Pitch. Change up, grounded over to short, picked up by Shelton. Her throw to first, a little bit high, but Meredith able to make the snag. Morgan Meredith, the first baseman, the senior from Montreat, the lone one for the Cavaliers, and she was actually recognized in the senior day celebrations right before the first pitch. Here comes Cam Pearson.
Your pitcher and senior, number 4, Cameron Pearson.
Oh, the pitch. Swung on and smacked foul off the light and bouncing down the hill. Boy, with our PA here, it's kind of like when you go to Busch Gardens and you're waiting for the instructions before the ride. It's overmodulated pretty loud. Pitch. Swung on, grounded on the third base side. Gonna be buckled in and keep your hands inside the ride at all times. No balls, 2 strikes. Pearson trying to battle here with nobody on, 2 outs. Off the bag and the pitch just in the dirt. Pearson in game 1 had a double that just dropped in right field. That was her lone hit, 1 for 3. Kaylin Warner actually did a pretty good job. Considering she only gave up 1 run, you would think that her team would give her some run support. Fastball flares high and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wind really starting to come in now, now we remember where we're playing. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Pearson on the right side. The pitch, swung on, fouled straight back. Two. High and away, and Pearson has worked her way into a full count. Going back to the first game, you really had to commend the Bluefield College Rams for how tough they hung in there just with that 1 out. Lakin Sparks, and really the exact same situation she had in game 1 yesterday, able to hold that runner at third. Payoff. High and away, and Pearson earns a walk. Good plate appearance there for the senior pitcher, and she gets to first. Riley O'Neill will have to get her shin guards off, pick up a bat, and get ready to go. Pearson and O'Neill using the same bat.
Your catcher, Riley O'Neill.
Had a hard hit double in game 1, but was left on base. Also had an RBI, a lone RBI after grounding out to bring in Pennington. Pitch. Fastball right across the middle. Malin Nocera getting the start as the catcher in game 1. After Ashlyn Vickers got the start in game 1 and Nocera in game 2 rather. That pitch goes on the inside corner. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Reaching outside, strike 3. And O'Neill goes down in 3 straight pitches. No runs on no hits, no errors, and Pearson left on first base after the walk. After an inning in the books, it's still tied up 0-0. Headed to the second inning at Graham Rec Park. Malin Nocera will lead it off for Montreat. 0-0 the score. Bluefield College Rams going up against their North Carolinian competitor from Montreat, North Carolina. Here's Malin Nocera, the catcher. First pitch from Cam Pearson. Swung on, sliced up in the air, foul, and it's straight at Kate Pennington. And a can of corn makes it 1 out. Now Abby Swilly, the pitcher.
Number 15, Abby Swilly.
Had a single in the second inning and walked, so she is 1 for 2 so far today. Hit it opposite field through the 5-6 hole. The pitch just a bit inside. There's ball 1. Pearson already with 2 strikeouts on the day. On the pitch, outside corner. Strike 1. Count it 1-1. For Cam Pearson now getting the starts in game 2 of the doubleheader. 1-1. Change up, just dropping in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Might go with the confidence of Bluefield, putting the freshman on in game 1. They hit a little bit better to start out the day. Rams have really struggled to win game 2s of doubleheaders before. 2-1. Outside, ball 3. The count now at 3-1 for the pitcher. So now Pearson is the second start, and she'll play out in center field. They don't want her to stay inside the dugout as a flex player. She really needs to bat. She's one of the better batters for the team. 3-1. Choked up and bounced over to Bailey at second. Throw to first in time. So she decides to swing at a 3-1 pitch and grounds out to the second baseman. Now here's Victoria Hill for Montreat with 2 outs and nobody on in a scoreless contest in the top of the second.
Hill.
First time Victoria Hill has came up today. .250 average, no homers and 5 RBIs. And that blue and white bat. Pitch. Fastball high and outside. So Pearson coming from a JUCO, just in her second year at Bluefield College and wrapping up a college career. 1-0. High and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. So this battery between Cameron Pearson and Riley O'Neill, both of them played at JUCO together. And O'Neill followed her after a season apart. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Roxon offers. Inside corner, a good inside pitch from Pearson. Well, Pearson, one of the big leaders on the team, and when Bluefield starts hitting, that is just a jolt of confidence for them as that pitch goes high, and 3-1 the count now. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the wind really whipping around at Graham Rec Park. Pearson offers up. Hit on the air, into right, bouncing for a base hit, and Victoria Hill is on. So with 2 outs, Montreat puts a runner on the base paths, and here's Morgan Meredith.
Number 44, Morgan Meredith.
Meredith, the first baseman, and the senior steps up to the plate on the right side wearing number 44, hitting .277, making her 18th start in her final year at Montreat. There's 3 RBIs and no jacks. Scoreless tie, the pitch, fastball flares outside. Pitch out over to first, and not in time. So O'Neill has gotten close. You saw there in game 1 where she almost gunned down Romeo, going back to third base, and Riley O'Neill thought she had her to win that game. Luckily, Lakin Sparks got the ground out anyway. 1-0. Drops on the inside part of the plate, strike 1. That was a testy few moments, and Bluefield's tension just started to build, and then Lakin Sparks forced Woody to ground out anyway. 1-1. Ground ball up the middle, base hit into right center field. Hill will stay at second, and there is a couple of 2-out base hits. Already 3 hits on the day for Montreat, and here comes Marissa Romeo.
Number 24, Marissa Romeo.
Now forced at every bag, and Cam Pearson just trying to get out of this inning. Inning started off with Nocera popping up to Pennington, and then Swilly grounded out to second. Here's Romeo, watches a first pitch go inside on her, ball 1. So righty-to-righty matchup. Romeo was walked famously in that 7th inning, and then was left at third base. Could have been the tying run, the 1-0. Right down the pipe, strike 1. Another fastball from Cam Pearson. Bluefield hitting the road on Monday to Columbia, South Carolina to take on the Allen Yellow Jackets. 1-1. High and away. There's 2 balls and 1 strike. That should be a couple of wins, even on the road for Bluefield College, who has struggled playing away from Graham Rec Park. Allen is not one of the more talented teams in the AAC. 2-1. Just a bit inside, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs with 2 runners aboard and a 0-0 tie in the top of the second. 3-1. Swung on, a little flare, shallow left, bouncing for a base hit. Mellick has it, throws it inside the infield, and skips into Riley O'Neill, so the bases are loaded after 3 straight 2-out singles. Back to the top of the lineup with Mickey Shelton. And the tall slap hitter will step in on the left side to try to knock in some Cavaliers. Hill got on with a single. Meredith followed suit, and so did Marissa Romeo. Bases loaded, 2 outs, pitch. Swung on and popped up left side. Foul territory. King racing, and it goes right over that fence. Out of play, strike 1. Pearson sweating a little bit here with the bases loaded, especially after that quick start when Nocera popped up on the first pitch of the 2nd inning. On the 0-1. Choking up, looking for a bunt to try to make things interesting, but didn't pull back, and it's called a strike anyway. So now Cam Pearson is just a strike away from leaving the bases loaded. Open stance for Shelton on the left side. 0-2. Just a bit outside, and O'Neill was trying to frame it up. That missed. Not by much, but it missed. Ball 1. Ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Pearson stepping right back up to the rubber. Starts the motion, pitch. It's a bit outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Shelton has an even count. Montreat looking for their first runs on the day. 2-2. Swung on, bouncer softly hit over to Bailey. Throws to first. Not in time, and a run comes in. So an infield single for Shelton, and Montreat is on the board for the first time today. 1-0 Cavaliers, and for Lauren Bailey, that was a quick little play. She had to make a decision. Probably could have tagged Romeo to move over to second, but Hill comes in to score. Shelton beats out the throw. Meredith moves to third, and Romeo at second base. That pitch is fouled straight back by Allie Woody for strike one. 1-0 Montreat. We're in the top of the second. All of this being done with 2 outs. 4 straight hits. All singles. Allie Woody with the bend in the knees on the right side. Awaits the pitch. 0-1. Been inside the call to strike, and Pearson is up quickly. No balls, 2 strikes to the left fielder. Already in game 2 of this doubleheader. Pearson in a jam. 0-2. High and in, throw to third. No tag there from Carly King as Meredith flopped back to the bag. O'Neill's gotten close today. That's about 4 times. She's came up just about short. Ball and 2 strikes for Pearson. The base is loaded. Montreat feeling confident for the first time today. 1-2, swung on, ground ball to King, and she'll tag third base to finally end the top of the second. A run scores on 4 hits. Bases left loaded, though, and it's 1-0. Montreat headed to the bottom of the second at Grand Rec Park. Rams trailing for the first time today. It is 1-0. We're in the bottom of the second at Grand Rec Park. Lauren Bailey will lead it off against Abby Swilly. Lauren Bailey gets the start at second base once again and lines up with a 5-hole for Bluefield. Swilly starts low and pitches. Fastball moved right across the plate, strike one. We talked about it going back to the series yesterday against Tennessee Wesleyan. We saw in game 1 where the slap hitting is getting harder for Bluefield. 0-1. Goes inside, ball and a strike. Abby Mellick has been called out a few times, slapping the ball out of the box, which is an automatic out. And it happened to Lauren Bailey yesterday. 1-1 from Swilly. Right away, 2 balls and 1 strike. And for Bailey, now that means she has gone back to batting right-handed. 2 balls, 1 strike, with the wind flowing towards right field. Ball in her hand. That's a good line drive. Snagged by the pitcher. Gets a break there. Lauren Bailey is off. Sparks comes out late on the right side. Pitch. Fastball. Ball 1. Sparks in game 1 with 0 for 2. Late in here, one up. High in it. That was because they had such edgy little aspects to that tweet. Sparks. Bluefield's defense just held up. Sparks have to focus. 2-0. High pitch, balls no strikes. Seems like with a lot of other batters, we don't see a quick 3-0 count like we do with Lakers Sparks, at least today. Swilly trying to get the first strike of the at-bat pitch. And she does. Across the knee, strike one. Back here in the middle of the week as the Rams play against Alice Boyd. 3-1. Inside, one. Wind picking up to as heavy as it has been today. A full count to Lake and Sparks with 1 out, 13 down, 1-0 to Montreat. Just in the bottom of the second pitch. And the freshman watches it drop outside. She didn't swing the bat at all in that at bat. Second walk of the day, given up by Swilly, and here comes Erin Haley. Erin Haley hasn't batted in the past few games.
Senior Erin Haley.
Haley's hitting .275 in 51 at-bats. Pitch. The lefty tries to slap it and fouls it opposite field. Strike one. Senior coming from Virginia Beach. Trying to make a stamp in this game with a runner at first and 1 out. Rams down by 1. Pitch. Another line drive foul. She's just a little bit late on these slap attempts, and once again, it seems like every time a Bluefield College Ram tries to slap, it's almost like you're holding your breath to make sure they got that back foot in. Quick 0-2. Swilly awaits. Now the pitch. Outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The wind just keeping up. Lakin Sparks at first. Corner infielders playing in. Offered. Ground ball tapped over to second. Hill tags Sparks. Throw to first. Not in time. And Sparks is wondering if she even got tagged. And yes, she did. And Buddy Gallimore is talking this one over with the umpire. And then with the big yell, Shelly Newton says, "Come on, buddy." And now the head coach for Bluefield's going to talk this one over with the field umpire. So Sparks stays at second base. Going to wonder for an appeal here. And Newton is wondering if Sparks went out of the baseline. Now has to see the position. And Sparks is out. So Haley is on with the fielder's choice. Here comes Meredith Throckmorton. Throckmorton with a big double into right fielder last time up back in game 1. Trying to keep it going with a runner on and 2 outs. Ellie Newton trying to encourage her sophomore first baseman. First pitch, groove right across the middle, strike 1. One nothing, Montreat leads. Bluefield looking to answer in the bottom of the second. That pitch swung on and smacked foul. And Shelly Newton didn't even move. That ball was about a foot away from her and just saw it telegraph right near her left hand. Wasn't scared of that. So she wins that game of chicken. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch. Swung on and fouled off her left foot. So Throckmorton will stay. Carly King on deck. Throckmorton now batting as the 8-hitter. Moved down in the lineup after being the perennial cleanup batter for Bluefield. The 0-2. Inside, and Haley flirted with going to second base. She'll get right back. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Wind blowing out towards right. The pitch to the righty, high and away. Haley once again with a good jump, and it's already now in full count. 2-2. 2-2 to Throckmorton. Swung on, hit up the middle, and snagged on a backhanded grab by Hill. And Throckmorton is robbed of a base hit. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. 2 innings in the books. Rams trail 1-0 to the Montreat Cavaliers.
number 7, Kelsey Nolasco.
So for the first time today, the Rams find themselves trailing. It is 1-0, top of the third inning, and Kelsey Nolasco, the center fielder for Montreat, will lead it off. Cameron Pearson gave up 4 hits in the second, and all with 2 outs on the board. Here's Nolasco. She's 0 for 1. The pitch, high, just missing those Cav letters. There's ball 1. It'll be Nolasco, Allison Vickers, and Malin Nocera. Pearson starts and pitches. There's a fastball that notches in on the inside corner, strike 1. So comparing the windups and the follow-throughs of Cam Pearson as well as the pitcher Swilly on the other end for Montreat. Now the 1-1. Thought about it and laid off. The high fastball misses. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pearson doesn't go down as low to her ankles when trying to whip the pitch in. It stays about knee high. 2-1. Swung on and rocketed foul down the third baseline. Evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rams winning game 1, 1-0. Montreat looking to split. So far, that's already the score we have here. Pitch. Swung on and driven high in the air, left side out of play. So a 2-2 count. Cam Pearson trying to find her 3rd strikeout of the day. Starts the motion, fires. Swinging a hard hit ground ball up the middle through the dive of Pennington for a base hit. 6th hit of the afternoon in game 2. That'll bring up Allison Vickers, who went down looking back in the first inning. Pitch swung on, hit high in the air, out to left field. Mellick looking up, and that ball's gone. 2-run home run, and now it's 3-0 in favor of Montreat. A no-doubter off the bat of Vickers. Montreat starting to feel it in game 2 after Bluefield won game 1, 1-0. So for Ashlyn Vickers, the junior smacks a home run out of here.
Number 87, Malin Nocera.
Here's Malin Nocera with the bases cleared and now a 3-0 lead. Steps up to the plate on the right side. Cameron Pearson toes the rubber. Nocera popped out to Pennington. Pitch. Swinging a foul ball and a high fastball smacked right back to the dugout, or to the backstop, I mean. And the count 0-1. Well, that's the first home run we've seen from either team today. Ashlyn Vickers with a long bomb out to left field. 0-1. Fastball outside. So for Vickers, that's her 3rd home run of the year, make it 17 RBIs as well. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs for Nocera, the starting catcher in this game. She swings and bats it over the head of King on a wicked bounce into left field, a base hit. Nocera stretching 2, and she'll get there. 3 straight hits to start out the 3rd inning. A single, a home run, and a double. So Malin Nocera on the base paths with the stand-up 2-bagger, and here comes Abby Swilly. Already 3-0 in favor of Montreat.
Number 15, Abby Swilly.
Abby Swilly steps in left side. Rams just looking for the first out of the inning. Pitch. Swilly takes a pitch right on the left corner, strike 1. And unfortunately, this is just a tendency of what happens to Bluefield in game 2 of doubleheaders. Just kind of lose their edge from game 1. A lot of time, though, just down 3-0. And time called by Swilly. Shake it through the signs. Pearson will toe right back up towards the middle. Pitch. Change up, spinning outside and low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Homer from Ashlyn Vickers towering over the left field wall. Pitch, outside corner, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The sun beaming down from the first base side at Graham Rec Park. Beautiful day, and Montreat starting to pour on the runs. A 1-2. Hard hit grounder through the stab of Pennington into left field for a base hit. Hopping throw in from Mellick, and everybody is safe. 4 hits in a row with no outs in the 3rd inning, and they might need a mound visit here. And Newton will stay in the dugout.
Number 12, Victoria Hill.
Now Victoria Hill will make a couple of practice cuts. She had a single and scored a run in the 2nd. Rams trying to turn 2. Runners on the corners. No outs. Pitch. Hill scoots out of the way. Ball 1. Wind coming in right to left. Down the first baseline and smacking the catcher Riley O'Neill on the right side of her mask. The 1-0. Swung on, blooper, over to short. Pennington guns first, outs. Great double play. The Bluefield catches a break. Nocera stays at 3rd, Swilly taken off. And Victoria Hill hits into a crucial double play. So now the Rams feel a little bit better with that runner at 3rd base. And here's Morgan Meredith. Pitch. Morgan Meredith takes a first pitch fastball right across the plate. Strike 1. Fans camping out on the fence right behind center field where Aaron Haley is located with that red visor. 0-1. Swung on, popped up, and it'll clear our porch of a press box. No balls, 2 strikes. Meredith with the single in the 2nd inning. She was left at 3rd. Got an 0-2. Pearson takes a short walk back to the rubber. Runner at 3rd. 2 outs. The 0-2 offer. Swung on, ground ball up the middle, bouncing off of Pennington's arm, and everybody's safe. What a terrible hop, and a run comes in to score. So now it's 4-0 Montreat. And you almost can't blame Pennington there. Just had it, and that ball hit a mini crater that threw off the trajectory of it. And now Meredith is on at 1st. And even if Pennington would have fielded it cleanly, it was going to be a tough throw to first base. So a hit for Meredith. And Marissa Romeo steps up to the plate. 4-0 the score, 2 outs. Pitch on the inside corner, strike 1. Romeo singled her last time and then was taken off the base paths in an inning-ending fielder's choice hit by Allie Woody. The 0-1. Fastball grooved just a bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two outs and a runner at 1st. Pitch. Inside and low. 2 balls and 1 strike now. An American flag starting to stretch out in center. Rolling through the valley. Pearson starts the motion, pitches. Fastball right across the plate, strike 2. So Pearson is just a strike away from getting out of this inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, Romeo awaits. Runner at 1st in Meredith. Pitch. Pulled foul, 3rd base side. So I got to think back at the 2nd inning where there were that many hits. They were all done with 2 outs, so the objects were kind of limited for Montreat, but jumping out with 4 straight hits to start out the 3rd inning. It was a tough one for Cam Pearson. 2-2. Swung on, ground ball to short. Pennington lobs to 1st in time, and the top of the 3rd is finally over. When a run scores on 5 hits, 1 runner left on base with no errors, it's 4-0 Montreat. Bluefield has yet to bat around. We're now in the bottom of the third. 4-0 Montreat after putting on 3 runs in the top of the third. And here's the 9-hitter Carly King facing off against Abby Swilley for the first time. Starts out low in the motion, and King swings and fouls it off third base side. Got an 0-1. Carly King struggled a little bit in game 1. Went 0 for 2, struck out swinging and grounded out to third. But she has been a stout fielder, even as a freshman for Bluefield. So many balls batted so hard down the third baseline, and King has stayed strong. Now they need a big hit out of her. Had that big hit against Union a few weeks ago, now has to bounce back. 0-1. Fastball low. So it'll be Carly King, Gabby Mellick, and Kate Pennington. 4-0 Montreat. Now in the bottom of the third. Montreat finally finding some sort of run support as that pitch is swung on and grounded on a hop over to short. Easy one for Shelton, and the out is recorded. Back to the top of the lineup, and it's now Gabby Mellick's turn. She grounded out to second to start out the bottom of the first.
Top of the lineup, number 1, Gabby Mellick.
A pretty long game 2 just in the bottom of the third. Pitch, high and in, ball 1. Mellick looking for another slap hit as the wind rolls in right to left. Pitch, swung on and popped up left side of the infield, drifting on Shelton. She'll make a confident catch. Now Kate Pennington steps up to the plate.
1-0, KP, Kate Pennington.
Another senior from Marion, Virginia is trying to get something done with 2 outs. Nobody on for Bluefield. Pitch, Swilley fires a fastball low and in, ball 1. Had to like Pennington's double in game 1 where the pitch was up near her chin and she just chopped through it with a smack out to left center field. 1-0. Flying outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Already 2 outs. Montreat with a different edge about them in game 2. The pitch, inside corner, strike 1. They were just able to put the ball on the ground in the 3rd inning, as well as the 2nd inning. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch, swing and a miss. Pennington just a bit late there. Now the count even to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Abby Swilley with the momentum behind her. Toes on the rubber, looks in, juggling the ball around in her right hand. The pitch skips in the dirt. Ball 3. Full count to Kate Pennington. The righty taking a couple of practice cuts with her family here. And her dog Biscuit out in center field. Payoff. Swung on, ground ball, charged over to third. Romeo whips to first in time, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down go the Rams, and wow, we head to the 4th. It's 4-0. Montreat now holding on to a 4-0 lead into the fourth inning. Cameron Pearson facing off against the top of the lineup and Mickey Shelton. Pitch. Swing and a miss on a check high fly ball, or high fastball rather. Strike one. Shelton batted in the first run of the game. Now the 1-0. Outside corner, strike two. Shelton so far on the day is 1 for 2, struck out swinging to begin the game. The 1-1 count, or rather the 1-2 count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shelton trying to defend. The pitch swung on and fouled away. The count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Going right over the left side of the backstop and rolling down the hill. The pitch. Ground ball left side, bumping off of Pennington and staying in the field. That's a tough one, but Shelton gets on. It's been a tough one on the left side of the field. Pennington has had a couple of tough hops.
Number 1, Allie Woody.
And here's Allie Woody. Allie Woody digs in right side. Left fielder with a single in the first inning, then hit into a fielder's choice that ended that long second. Fastball outside corner, strike one from Cam Pearson. We're seeing Montreat just put the ball in play a lot more than they did in game one. Lincoln Sparks with a 1-0 shutout. Now Bluefield is getting shut out 4-0. That pitch is swung on and driven into shallow center. A base hit. Haley trying to flip it in. Can't get it in time, and now there are 2 runners aboard. 2 singles in game 2 for Allie Woody, and already 2 runners with no outs.
Number 7, Kelsey Nolasco.
Here comes Kelsey Nolasco. First pitch. Nolasco watches a first pitch fastball strike. Rams coming into this game with just an 9-17 record and 6-13 in conference. 0-1. Swung on and popped high in the air, foul. That almost hit that light pole on the first base side, or third base side, I should say. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners aboard. Wind still flowing in. Pearson pitches. 0-2, swing and a miss. There's the first out. 2 runners on still. 4-0. That's the 3rd strikeout for Cameron Pearson.
Ashlyn Vickers.
Here's Ashlyn Vickers. Hit her 3rd home run of the season in the 3rd inning. Absolutely belted that one over the left field wall. Now steps up to the plate. First pitch. Fastball low. 1 ball, no strikes. Already 1 out. Gabby Mellick way back towards the left field wall. Pitch. Choked up and fouled away, 3rd base side, out of play. And Buddy Gallimore shouting from the dugout saying to come in, Kalen, out in right field. Just in case this batter in Ashlyn Vickers decides to slice it right side. 1-1. Swung on, popped up right behind home plate, and it'll carry over the backstop. The umpire needs some game balls. It's unfortunately here at Grand Rec Park, a lot of times these games do have to be stopped to get in these game balls. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And with the sunflower in her hair, Cam Pearson's trying to silence Ashlyn Vickers in the 4th inning. 4-0 Montreat leads. Pitch. Swung on, fouled, left side, out of play. Inning started off with Shelton getting on base with an error from Pennington, and then Allie Woody over at first got on with a single into center. 1-2. Change up, swung on, popped up first base side. Throckmorton makes the catch in foul territory, and now there are 2 outs. Good change up there from Cameron Pearson. It was a stuttering swing from Ashlyn Vickers. Decided to thread the bat through the strike zone and couldn't get enough on it. Now stepping up, Malin Nocera, first pitch. Fastball right across the middle, strike one. Nocera on with a double and scored a run in the third inning, one of 3 runs to score. Back in the third, and now it's 4-0. The 0-1. Swung on and fouled back violently right across the backstop. So Pearson up 0-2. Now a new game ball needs to be served in. Pearson awaiting a yellow ball to be thrown to her in the middle of the field. And the umpire only looks like he's got about 2 game balls. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 runners on. Shelton at second and Woody at first. 4-0. Montreat leads as Malin Nocera waits the pitch. Swung on, hit high in the air, left side. Malik on her way back and can't make the catch as it bounces into the fence. Shelton will score, throw to third, now relay home, not in time. And it's a 2 RBI single for Malin Nocera, now 6-0 for Montreat. Odd there that Malin Nocera did not go to second on the relay, and she just stays at first.
15, Abby Swilly.
And Allie, Woody, and Shelton both come in. It's 6-0. Pitch. Swung on and fouled away left side by Swilly. Swilly 1 for 2. More runs being scored with 2 outs. 6-0 in favor of Montreat. Now Bluefield is in danger of getting run ruled. Swilly with a home run could do just that. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And the Rams have to hold up for 5 innings and possibly be down by 8 to get run ruled. The 0-2 drops in low. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Shadow starting to go on the left side. Sun directly overhead. Just on the right field side. 1-2. Swung on and fouled away. Just pushing the ball on the left side. Swilly trying to keep some of that opposite field power intact. Gabby Mellick should have had that catch out in left field. There's no warning track, so when some of these Rams go back, they have no idea when they're close to the fence. 1-2. Swung on and flared over the glove of Lauren Bailey into right, a base hit. So Montreat stays alive. Another hit on the board for Montreat, and Abby Swilly has 2 hits today. 6-0 Montreat. 2 outs, top of the 4th, and here's Victoria Hill. Hill scored a run in the second. Started that big rally with 2 outs. Pitch. Watched on the outside part of the plate. Strike 1 rather. Still gusts of wind flowing out towards left, and it's helping Montreat. That pitch is softly grounded at third. King will have it and tag the bag at third base, and the inning is over. But 2 runs score on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. A big 2 RBI single from Malin Nocera. 6-0 Montreat to the bottom of the 4th. Throw there, and now Bailey is safe at first base. Looks like we should be up and running at 6-0. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Rams down, and Lakin Spark steps up to the plate. The designated player in this one. Already 2 outs, and a new pitcher in as well is Veronica from the first game, Ellis, 0 for 3. And Veronica Ellis wearing number 99 on the year so far, has a 6.03 ERA. Now the 1-0, high and in, 2, well, actually called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 38 in the 3rd innings pitch, 58 hits, 51 runs, 33 earned, 15 walks and just 12 strikeouts. Lauren Bailey at first. Rams down 6-0. 2 outs, 1-1. Swung on and grounded off the body of Sparks. Count evens, or the count now falls. 1 ball and 2 strikes. the wind flowing behind her. The pitch, high and inside. Sparks really hasn't swung that many times today. That foul ball was one of the first times she has just kind of kept the bat on the shoulder a few times today and just walked. Now has to do it here, 2-2. Change up very high, 3 balls, 2 strikes. A lot of these pitches haven't been to her liking, and which you can't really blame her. Full count, runner at first. Bailey on with an error. Pitch, swung on and tap foul. Sparks staying alive. So the count full for the freshman. Bailey at first. Payoff. Swung on, hard hit ground ball, snared by Romeo. Throw to first in time, and the inning is over. No runs on no hits, 1 error, and Bailey left at first base. 4 innings in the books, headed to the 5th. 6-0 Montreat.
Morgan Meredith.
And a game that is just creeping along. It's 6-0 in the top of the 5th now. Morgan Meredith in the 8-9-1 due up for Montreat against Cameron Pearson. Already seen a relief pitcher put in for Montreat, and Veronica Miller. That pitch is right across the middle for a strike. Bluefield doesn't really have that luxury. So many injuries and just not enough depth. So a senior pitching now and a freshman pitching in game 1. 0-1. Fastball high and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. It'll be Meredith, Marissa Romeo, and Mickey Shelton due up. Meredith 2 for 2 today. The pitch swung on and popped up left center. Melick calling for ball, and she'll get it as her and Haley converge. It's 1 gone, 6-0 still the score in favor of Montreat, and here's Marissa Romeo. Romeo playing a solid third base today. And like Montreat and like Bluefield, both putting their third baseman batting 9th. That one driven right up the middle, a base hit. Another hit. Montreat just putting the barrel on the ball in game 2. They were relatively silent in game 1, and now they have came alive. 6-0 and a possible run rule in effect if they're able to score 2 runs, and Bluefield is shut out in the next inning. Now the pitch. Swung on, bounced through the hole into left field, base hit. So Shelton on base for the 3rd time today, her 2nd hit. And now she's 2 for 4. She scored a run with an RBI as well. That'll bring up Allie Woody. Really a tale of 2 ball games. Bluefield winning the first one, game 1, behind a great performance from Lakin Sparks. Montreat has since then heated up in game 2 with a ton of hits and now 6 runs. First pitch. Fastball grooved across the middle, strike 1. Thanks for everybody watching on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Softball versus Montreat on Senior Day, 0-1. Line drive, left field, base hit. Melick fields on a hop, throw to third, skips in, and everybody is safe. Bases loaded. Romeo all the way to third, Shelton to second, and here's Woody at first. Bases loaded, one out. Rams hoping for a double play.
Number 7, Kelsey Nolasco.
And Kelsey Nolasco enters the batter's box on the right side. 6-0 the score. First pitch. Center fielder takes a first pitch strike. Count at 0-1. And it really is interesting that Bluefield is in danger of being run ruled in game 2 after winning game 1. The 0-1. Inside again. This time it doesn't go for a strike though. Count at 1-1. This one out as Pearson jiggles the ball around in a right hand. Starts the motion, pitches. Fastball high, throw to third. Not on time. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bases loaded, 1 out. 6-0 Montreat. Just in the 5th inning. 2-1. Nocera with a rocket foul. Or Nolasco, rather. Nocera's coming up later. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nolasco ready. Pearson looking in with the bases loaded. Pitch. Skips in the dirt. Full count. So Nolasco with a full count. Bases juice. Romeo at third, Shelton at second, and Allie Woody at first base. Payoff. Swung on and hit hard foul, bouncing near the dugout. Count remains full. Montreat coming off a sweep against Bernal. Probably shocked they lost game 1. Now the payoff. Swung on and tap foul again. That was probably low enough to be ball 4, but Nolasco defending the plate fouls it away. Three balls, 2 strikes. Pearson looking in. Pitch. Inside, corner ball, or strike 3. Wow, that was close. Nolasco goes in the dugout, and there's a strikeout for Cameron Pearson. Actually, the second time that Nolasco has gone down on strikes today. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 6-0 the score, and here's Ashlyn Vickers. Pitch. Grounder over to third. Vickers grounds out on a fielder's choice as Garley King stops at third. So the bases left loaded, and that's a shutout inning for Cameron Pearson. Way to get out of the jam. Inning over, headed to the bottom of the 5th. It's 6-0.
Number 3, playing center field, senior Aaron Haley.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Aaron Haley leads it off in the bottom of the 5th. Bluefield down 6-0 to Montreat College after winning game 1, 1-0. The pitch Swung on, grounded sharply over to third. A pump fake from Romeo, but gets the out in time. So Ailey is retired, and it is now 6-0 with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Here's Meredith Throckmorton. Throckmorton lined out to Hill at second base her last time.
Number 24, Meredith Throckmorton.
Always wonder how he enunciates the name like that. The pitch in the dirt. Throckmorton. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's Carly King coming up next. 1 out, nobody on. Now the pitch in the dirt. Bluefield needs a long hill to climb here, down 6-0, and they have really been mowed down in order. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Well in front on a changeup. Matter of fact, Bluefield has yet to get on base in something that is not a walk, fielder's choice, or an error. So the staff throwing a no-hitter here. 2-1. Inside, ball 3. Have been 2 walks today. Pearson was walked and Sparks was given a base on balls in the second. 3-1. Line drive right side and out of play. Foul. Count stays, or count moves to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Carly King taking some cuts off next. Bluefield hitting the road on Monday to play Allen University. Could be a big series. And if this stays the way it is, so an even 1 with Montreat. Full count, payoff. Hitter. And Throckmorton gets on base, hit by a pitch. Carly King grounded out to shorter last time up. She's 0 for 1.
Carly King.
Trying to find a base hit for the first time in either game. Showing bunt likely to pull back. Pitch. High and outside. One ball, no strikes. Now the pitch. Watched outside and low. Well, the wind has hit a standstill. The game has hit a standstill. 6-0, Montreat leads. Dog running around out in left field. 2-0. Chopper over to short. Glove by Shelton. Tossed to second. In time. Dangerous decision to lob it over to Hill, but she gets the lead runner off the base paths. 2 outs now. King off of the fielder's choice.
Top of the lineup, number 1, Gabby Mellick.
And Gabby Mellick steps up to the plate, 0 for 2. Trying to find an RBI, or at least trying to move King. That pitch is batted foul, first base side. King trying to slap it, or Mellick trying to slap it. Still 6-0 Montreat, 2 gone. Oh, 1. Swung on, ground ball. Snagged by Hill, tossed to short there. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. Bluefield still trailing in a shutout at 6-0 headed to the 6th. Welcome back to Bluefield, everybody. It is 6-0 Montreat. Out of the 6th inning, Cameron Pearson still in the circle for Bluefield and facing off against Malin Nocera as well as Abby Swilly and Victoria Hill. Nocera having a good day. A double, a run scored, and 2 RBIs with a single as well. 2 for 3 and watches that first pitch go outside. A run scoring in the second for Montreat, 3 more in the third, and then 2 again in the fourth. Pitch swung on and hit well. Center field. Haley on her way back. She can't make the catch as it bounces towards the fence. Nocera tracking to second. Tag in time. What a relay. Good throw by Aaron Haley right to Lauren Bailey. And Nocera probably should have stayed at first. So a single, and then the 9-4 takes her off the base pass for out number 1. Those 2 RBIs she had on a single back of the fourth. Nocera probably could have went for a double on that one or at least advanced on the throw. And that time it was just relayed so quickly in by Haley that Nocera probably should have stayed at first base this time. Check that, it's Veronica Miller. Or Veronica Ellis, rather. Takes a first pitch strike. Count 0-1. 1 out, 6-0 the score. Ellis batting for the first time in game 2. The pitch charges up but watches the ball go low. Ellis in game 1 went 0 for 3. Pitch outside corner, strike 2. Team chanting Ronnie from the first base side. Pitch swung on, foul straight back. And a tough one for Cam Pearson. This game has just been littered with hits from Montreat. Kind of lost her groove there in the second inning when 4 straight singles loaded up the bases with 2 outs. Ball and 2 strikes. Pearson whips in. Fastball just missing. Veronica Ellis looking at her bat and steps back in right side. Pearson juggling the ball around. Now the pitch. Swung on and hit sky high. Left side of the infield. King finds it and makes the catch at third. So after the pop-up, there are 2 outs, and here's Victoria Hill.
Number 12, Victoria Hill.
And the second baseman scored back in the second inning as the game's first run. Since then, lined out to short, and then also hit into a fielder's choice. They ended the top of the fourth. First pitch. Line outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Cam Pearson's family in attendance today on Senior Day. Making the trip from Tennessee. A ball and no strikes. Pearson looks in, fires. Swung on, looper into left center. Haley steps up and makes the catch in center. And that is it for the top of the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. It's still 6-0. Bluefield trying to come back when we come back here on the Rams Digital Sports Network.
Shortstop, number 10, senior Kate Pennington.
Allison Moody steps in to pitch for Montreat, the sophomore from Belmont, North Carolina, and she faces off against the senior Kate Pennington. Swung on, ground ball, third base side, and Romeo whips to first in time for the first out of the bottom of the sixth. Rams trailing 6-0. Nothing giving really here for Bluefield, still without a hit. The staff for Montreat looking for a no-hitter.
Number 4, senior Cameron Pearson.
And a loud introduction as Cam Pearson steps up on the right side. First pitch, right across the middle, strike one. Pearson grounded out to third and also walked. So just 2 innings we saw from Veronica Ellis. Now the sophomore dealing it on the mound. The 0-1, swung on and missed, a high changeup. Quickly 0-2 to Pearson. Moody, 7.37 ERA, 1 save on the year and a 2-6 record. 0-2. A screwball missing outside. And head coach for Montreat trying to think that was a strike. That was about 2 feet off of the plate. Ball and 2 strikes. Pitch. Swung on and fouled off. Can't really tell from the angle there. Cam Pearson steps back in. Pitch. Change up a bit high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trying to battle with 2 strikes on her. Moody looking into her battery mate, no Sarah. Steps in, the pitch. Another change up, spinning high, ball 3. So Pearson wading through it and has now worked back into a full count. Wind blowing, payoff. Swung on, ground ball, foul, third base side. Well, the fans have stayed through it in both games today. There was a Little League doubleheader going on down at the bottom of the hill. They have since gone home. They had about 6 outfielders playing at one time. 6-0 the score. Payoff again. Swing and a miss. Pearson out in front. And it's the first strikeout. 2 outs and Riley O'Neill steps to the plate. Bluefield looking for a chance. They're down 6-0. They're going to bat at least one more time.
Riley O'Neill.
Pitch. Flared down and low. Steps up to the plate, O'Neill with a good double in game 1. Now 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Pitch. Watched outside. Well, this game has just creeped along. 3 pitchers in. The pitch. It looks like she's trying to work that changeup as it misses high. Has a certain side spin to it and just refuses to get into the zone. O'Neill trying not to be fooled by that. It's 6-0. Pitch from Moody. Outside and high, ball 4. So O'Neill gets the walk on 4 pitches, and here comes Lauren Bailey. Here at Graham Rec Park, Rams looking for their first hit of the day. Bailey, the second baseman, reached on an error.
Lauren Bailey.
Runner at first for Bluefield. Pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. Bailey with her bat ready to go on that right shoulder. Moody smiling as she pitches. Inside, ball 1. Not a lot of speed being kicked up on these fastballs, but going with the off-speed screwballs. Montreat's already got the bus fired up. They're ready to go out in the parking lot. 1-1. Swung on and fouled off right off the edge of the bat. Strike 2. 2 outs of the familiar Graham Rec Park wind starting to blister our already sunburnt skin. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first, the pitch. Bailey swings and pops it up. Shallow right, Elliott steps up and squeezes the black glove to make the catch. Bluefield leaves a runner on again, and they are still scoreless. 6-0 headed to the 7th and final inning at Graham Rec Park. Morgan Meredith will lead off the 7th inning. It's 6-0. Cameron Pearson still in the circle for Bluefield. The pitch. Meredith takes a first pitch strike. Well, the first baseman is 2 for 3 today with a pair of singles. Last time up flew out to Gabby Mellick and left. Already 3 pitchers have pitched in game 2 for Montreat as Pearson spins in a low ball. Count is at 1-1. Well, Bluefield has only had 2 pitchers all day, and that just shows you the lack of depth that the Rams have due to injuries. Montreat trying to split this doubleheader. 1-1. Grooved right across the plate. Strike 2. Good pitch from Cam Pearson. Run scoring for Montreat in the 2nd, and then 3 more in the 3rd, followed by 2 in the 4th. 1-2. High and inside. And in the 5th and 6th, they almost got on. They actually had the bases loaded up in the 5th, and Cam Pearson fought back. Eleno Serra singled in the 6th and was gunned down at 2nd by Aaron Haley. So a good 2 innings for Pearson. Pitch. Swinging a foul tip right off the glove of O'Neill. Thought she had it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pearson nods, ready to go. 2-2. Swung on and flared into the glove of Meredith Throckmorton. Out number 1. Just a little bit of backspin off the edge of the bat, and Montreat just trying to put on the final insurance plan here. Run rule not in effect, obviously, because we're in the 7th inning. Here comes Marissa Romeo. 2 singles today. First pitch, she swings and pops it up foul. That's going to go into the parking lot, and luckily not hit anybody's car. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Pearson feeds. Good changeup, dropping in on the inside corner. That's one of the best pitches Pearson's had all day. Now quickly up, 0-2 to the 3rd baseman. Rocks and offers, fastball high and outside. The 1-2. Fastball just a bit low. O'Neal tried to frame it up. Down at 2-2. Pearson ready to retire the third baseman. The pitch. Swung on, ripped foul, third base. Got to give it to these Ram fans bringing in some sunscreen, and they've sat in their lawn chairs all day for this doubleheader. On senior day with the balloons just rattling in the wind, even through a tough game too. These Ram fans have stayed. 2-2. Swung on and fouled away. That'll spin down the big hill and roll to where they have a new playground that was just installed about last week. A little too big for the slide there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 6-0 Montreat. Pitch to Romeo. Almost rung up. That pitch was a bit high on the changeup. And Romeo has worked into a full count. Pearson looking in. Payoff. Swung on, line drive, right field, base hit. Strange picks it up and throws to first, skipping in late. And Romeo's on with the single. The softball field is so small, or even a confident bouncer into right, you have a possibility of being gunned down.
Number 8, Mickey Shelton.
And even there, it was a little bit late, but Strange knew it was a possibility. Here's Nicky Shelton. And the slap-hitting shortstop takes a first pitch strike. 1 gone, 6-0 the score. Runner at first in the top of the 7th. It's been all Montreat in game 2. Now the 0-1. Choked up, perfect bunt, but it just spins foul. Third base side, quickly down 0-2. Heat just beaming down on the first base end. And the 0-2. Just a bit outside, O'Neal gloves in the dirt. Ball and 2 strikes. Got to give it to Montreat. Their energy has been there the entire game, especially on that dugout side, even leading by 6. 1-2. Swung on, little bouncer and a dead ball as she is out of the batter's box. That's the first time that Montreat has been called on that today. It's now 2 gone. Runner stays at first, and here's Allie Woody.
Number 1, Allie Woody.
Now O'Neal calls a conference. Team down 6-0. Trying to see the strategy to get the final out and possibly rally in the bottom of the 7th. So if it stays like this, the Rams will fall to 6-14 in conference and possibly 9-18 in the grand scheme of things. Montreat coming into this one at 13-28. It's a couple of swings for Allie Woody as she's ready to approach the right side of the batter's box. My name is Bailey Engel. It's been a pleasure to have you here for this Saturday. A long one at that. Got started at 2 o'clock. This game has crept along. The pitch, inside corner. That game 2 started at 4 o'clock. So it hasn't really been that long. But for Bluefield, just nothing going offensively to make it a less interesting game. As the 0-1 is smacked into shallow left, and Kate Pennington can't get it. Woody on with a single, and Romeo moves to second base. Already 2 singles, 2 outs, 6-0. Here's Kelsey Nolasco.
Number 7, Kelsey Nolasco.
Nolasco went down looking in the 5th. Pitch. Inside corner, strike 1. Nolasco scored the first of 3 runs back in the 3rd inning. She was driven in by that home run from Ashlyn Vickers. That was probably the play of the game, the moment where Montreat was confident enough to paint on a few more. The 0-1. Change up, fouled straight back. Lackadaisical swing from Nolasco, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Rams won game one, 1-0. Montreat looking to even it up. Not done yet, though. We're in the top of the 7th. 0-2. Outside, O'Neal throws to first. Not in time. That was a close one. Woody gets back. Didn't even dive. Ball and 2 strikes. To the righty. Pearson ready. The pitch. Swung on. Popped up foul. O'Neal trying to chase it and stumbles before the ball could go into her catcher's mitt. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Well, a timeout called. And with a 6-run lead, this is a quick conference O'Neal wants to make, and Pearson trying to talk it over with her. O'Neal never really thinks twice about going up towards the center of this field in Graham Rec Park. Now she turns around, goes right back behind home plate. Nolasco in a 1-2 count with 2 runners on. 6-0 the score. 2 outs. Pearson pitches. Hitter. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Top of the 7th. That's actually the first time in game 2 that a Montreat player has been hit by a pitch. And you have to kind of empathize with Cam Pearson because she's been pitching the entire game. That pitch count has to be sky high by now. Pitch. Outside, ball 1. That was just missing to Ashlyn Vickers. 6-0 the score. Bases loaded. The pitch. Swung on, line drive, left field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Mellick boots it around as another run will score. Throw to third, not in time. Now to second. Bailey lays a tag. Yes. So a 7-5-4 to rob Vickers of a double, but she brings in 2 runs on the single, and now it's 8-0 in favor of Montreat, headed to the bottom of the 7th. Rams with a long hill to climb when we come back. Bottom of the 7th, Lakin Sparks to lead it off, looking for Bluefield's first hit today. Now the pitch. Sparks watches it go outside. Moody in the circle for her 2nd inning of work, the 3rd pitcher that Montreat has thrown today. Swilly got the start, then Ellis, and now Moody. 1-0. Inside corner, strike 1. 6-7-8 due up for Bluefield. Lakin Sparks, Haley, as well as Meredith Throckmorton. 8-0. Wind flowing out to right. The pitch. Swung on. Tapped off the body foul. Strike 2. So Bluefield can't pull off a big bottom of the 7th here, they will fall to 9-18 and just 6-14 in conference. The 1-2. Change up dropping low. A lot of spin on these pitches from Moody. Orthodox wind up, and the ball has a side spin to it as it goes across home plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The offer. Ground ball up the middle, and there goes the no-hitter. Sparks on, and Bluefield's trying to rally now. Here comes Aaron Haley. Rams with a long mountain to climb, down 8-0. They have a runner at first with no outs. First pitch. Haley chokes up, puts down a bunt, throw to first in time from the pitcher. Sacrifice intact, though, and now Sparks will go to second. Now coming up to the plate, Meredith Throckmorton. Montreat just 2 outs away from splitting this doubleheader.
Sophomore Meredith Throckmorton.
Pitch. Throckmorton grounds it sharply to third. Romeo, for some reason, trying to get into a little bit of a rundown, gets the out at first. That makes sense when you're up 8-0. It's just definitely in the idea that you can trade outs for runs. And now Mary Blake Avery will come up to the plate, batting right-handed. Meanwhile, Sparks gets over to third, and Avery steps in, batting in the place of Carly King.
Mary Blake Avery.
Runner at third. Pitch. Avery swings and misses at the changeup. 2 outs. Runner and Lakin Sparks at third base to try to break up this shutout. Moody trying to keep it going. Only 1 hit so far for Bluefield today. Avery went 0 for 2 in game 1. Pitch. Swung on, pulled foul. And the Rams are down to their final strike. Gotta love the depth of the pitching staff for Montreat, at least in game 2. They threw out Kaylin Warner in game 1. Still looked good, and Montreat just couldn't find anything off of Lakin Sparks. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch. Swing and a foul ball bouncing right behind the catcher. Have to sweep off home plate. No balls, 2 strikes. Sparks on with a single up the middle. Mary Blake Avery ready to go. The ball around. Pitch. Swung on. Chopped over to third. Throw to first. And Montreat completes the shutout in game 2. Rams only get 1 hit on the board, and that was in the bottom of the 7th. A great day for the pitching staff of Montreat, as well as a highlighted offensive day, specifically the 2-run home run from Ashlyn Vickers back in the 3rd inning, and Bluefield couldn't find an answer as the doubleheader was split. Rams won game 1, 1-0, and now they lose game 2 by a score of 8-0. Rams will go on the road to Allen on Monday, and they will have to try to find some wins in Columbia, South Carolina. So that is it for our softball coverage today on the Rams Digital Sports Network. My name is Bailey Engel, reminding you the final score from Graham Rec Park. Rams dropped this one 8-0.